But thank you all. It's great to be here and to be part of this fantastic event. And stop was saying, my name is Andrés Garcia, and I am the head of People Analytics and Strategic Workforce Planning at Legal and General. And since recently, I am also the HR AI lead. So today I want to cover two things with you. The first one is why AI's impact on organizations and the workforce should be approached as both a technological and a behavioral transformation. And the second one is a couple of examples of how we're approaching this at Legal and General. But first things first, what is AI and why it matters so much? Well, something important to note is that AI is a very broad umbrella term that includes different concepts such as machine learning that allows us to build predictive models, or natural language processing, NLP, that allows us to mine and analyze text data. All of these things are AI, and we have been using them for several years, including in the talent and HR space. For example, to build flight risk models or to analyze the comments of our employee surveys. However, the reason why AI feels so different right now is because we are speaking about Gen AI. That is the game changer. And the reason for this is that before it was primarily our technical people that were using AI on a regular basis. Whereas since the launch of tools such as ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot, now AI has been fully democratized, and now it's virtually at the hands of everyone. And that is the crucial difference, because if you think about it, all of us now need to plan for a workforce that has access 24/7, 365 to a Gen AI digital assistant, which, by the way, is getting smarter by the minute. And this is impacting all types of roles and across all industries. And the extent and how exactly this will be impacting is something that is still to be seen, and we are figuring it out. But my bet is that if we apply strategic workforce planning to this AI transformation, then we'll be able to gain a competitive advantage. So hopefully that will be all of us in this room, thanks to events like this one. But let's put ourselves in the shoes of the employee for a moment. I love this quote that says that AI will not replace your job, but someone who uses it might. To me, it brings to life the reality that AI is definitely going to impact the workforce. And people react differently to this reality. Some people are scared that it will take away their jobs, and we just did the exercise at the beginning about which roles are at risk of being automated. Other people are skeptical, thinking that AI is just another piece of tech. Spoiler alert, it is not. It's definitely something different and radically transforming. And other people are relaxed, or like myself, excited because it's bringing new opportunities to their careers. And the thing is that if we want our diverse workforce to embrace AI at scale, then we need to approach AI not just as a tech transformation, but we must put emphasis on the human element and treat it as well as a behavioral transformation. Only in that way we will be able to bring people along the journey and ensure that we have a successful adoption and implementation of AI across our different roles, the workforce, and the business. And a crucial way to achieve this goal of bringing our people along the journey is to actually think about the impact of AI to the workforce in a holistic manner that goes well beyond just automation. Automation for sure will happen, and we'll be having savings and cost efficiencies coming from AI, but we should be thinking about it in a broader way. The story should be broader. And we should be planning and expecting for roles to be augmented through AI. And for instance, as well, there will be some very human skills such as empathy or critical thinking that are likely to grow in importance in the future. We should also be planning and expecting for new specific AI skills and roles to be created and added to the workforce. And the more companies can think about AI not just from the automation angle, but also from the augmentation and addition perspective, the more employees will be able to feel encouraged about embracing AI in their roles, wanting to learn about it and apply it in their roles to increase their productivity, without the fear of being left behind. So now let me share a couple of examples, one macro and one micro, about how we're approaching this transformation at Legal and General. The creation of our HR AI task force is at the heart of our journey. And that's why I want to tell you the story of why we created it and the value that it's bringing to us. We were facing two big challenges. The first one is that we had a business-wide AI working group that was making real positive strides on the tech transformation side of AI. But they were lacking the expertise on people and behavioral transformation. And that was primarily because HR was not part of that table, at least not yet. And the other challenge that we were facing is that we had several well-intended HR colleagues trying to explore AI initiatives, but not speaking to one another. That may be something that only happens in legal in general, but that tends to happen in large organizations. So they were missing the full picture. In other words, we had a big gap in our HR AI approach. We were lacking the coordination necessary to approach AI, and we were missing the opportunity to input our people expertise on key conversations about the future of AI in our business and in our workforce. But as they say, with every challenge, there's an opportunity. So I decided to bring together these HR colleagues keen on AI, including myself, and set up our HR AI task force, which in essence is having two clear principles and purposes in mind that address those two challenges. We are bridge builders. We are now part of this business-wide AI working group, and we are helping to shape and refine the business-wide AI strategy. An example of this is that we are helping to put together the AI upskilling strategy for the whole business, and we are also orchestrators, which in essence means that we are prioritizing and coordinating the HR efforts on AI. But now we're doing it in a once and well fashion, and we're having it much more focused than before. So to finish, I want to share one concrete example of how we are upskilling teams on AI that we are currently doing with our talent acquisition team, which I know will be very relevant to this room. We are using a behavioral science experimental approach for this for two reasons. One is that it allows us to upskill teams on AI, whilst at the same time we are learning how to do that upskilling optimally. In essence, we are learning what works or what doesn't work in this space. And the concept is very simple. We are answering one key question in this experiment, which is, can AI help us to improve the productivity of the talent acquisition team? And we are using three stages in this experiment. The first one is we measure a baseline. In our case, we are measuring skill level of our talent acquisition colleagues, their sentiment towards AI, and the time that it takes to carry out some activities in the context of that team. In the second stage, we are dividing our talent acquisition colleagues into three groups that either don't receive any training at all, group number one, receive basic AI training, group number two, or receive advanced AI training, group number three. After which we wait for a few weeks, and finally we measure again skill level on AI, sentiment towards AI, and the time it takes to carry out those activities that we captured in the baseline. Once we have this second measurement, it's easy peasy. You just compare this second measurement against that original baseline, and then you can assess the effectiveness of both the basic and advanced AI training. As I mentioned, we're currently doing this experiment, so if you ping me in about a month and a half, I will be happy to share the results. But what I would love you to take away from this is that this experimental approach can be easily adapted to pretty much any team. And also, when you are following this approach, you are doing several things at the same time. You are upskilling teams on AI, and therefore augmenting and future-proofing their skills, whilst also you are learning where exactly that team can uplift their productivity in their context through the use of AI. And at the same time, you're also getting a better understanding of what approaches work or do not work for upskilling teams on AI in a low-risk environment before you roll it out more widely and safely to a broader population. So I believe my time will be up soon, so I want to close just with the following, which is highlighting that this is an incredibly exciting moment in history, in which we have the opportunity to shape and influence the future of work and the workforce. So my encouragement to us all is that we input our people expertise into the AI conversation so that we help our companies to adopt and implement AI successfully, but also responsibly in a way that brings people along the journey. So thank you so much for listening. I would love to hear if you have any questions or comments.